Good morning, y'all. Welcome back to the channel. As y'all can see from the title of the screen, today we're going to be reviewing the Hatsan Flash 22 caliber. Give y'all a close-up of the rifle here. It's a bolt action. As y'all can see, she's a bolt. That's all the way back. Thumbhole stock. This is the wood edition. They make a synthetic. It has bipod holder, which I did have some at some point for this rifle, which I ordered some more. I sold the last ones, got hard up for money. It has a Q and E modifier, whatever y'all want to call it. I just call it just a suppressor, but there's a million different names for them. But that's all it does, help keep the gun quiet. This is a 200 bar gun, and as y'all might be able to see, she's at 200 bar right now, fully filled to the brim and all that. But all in all, I mean, just a perfect little rifle. If y'all have a youth hunter that's out there, you know, got short little arms and stuff, and you're wanting to get them into PCP air rifles, and you want a half decent quality one, there could be a lot more better ones out there. This is the only 22 caliber I own. I'll say loosely that, yeah, I could potentially recommend this rifle. And I'm saying that because I've shot like 12 different pellets through this gun. They shoot all over pretty much. Some of them's kind of a tight group. But the best pellets that I've ever shot out of this gun is any of the JTSs. This gun personally, every air rifle is different, every barrel's different. Just because mine won't, don't mean that your gun won't sit there and stack hole for hole. But for today's video, this is the only one I have. I've already sold all them other pellets, got rid of them, and I just figured the only ones I want to keep is the ones that literally damn near shoot hole for hole. And these are the JTS 16 grain. And I have up in the house 25 grains, but they shoot literally the exact same. But this rifle seems to me, which I do have a chronograph today, I've never shot it through one. I want to see what it does and see what kind of foot-pounds of energy we're getting. This rifle seems to me it didn't have very much knockdown power and whatnot, or speed. So what I did is I just dropped my weight grain of pellet. 16 grains is pretty big for a 22 caliber still. But I dropped down that weight grain, and I started noticing, you know, at 50 yards, I'd have no bullet drop, and if I did, it was very, very little bullet drop at all at 50. I'm pretty happy with these. These are dome pellets. I do plan on hunting with these. This is the first rifle I'll be taking squirrel hunting this year. Downrange, I have a target set. It's a squirrel target. It's at 30 yards. I finally found them. I forgot about having them. I wish I had them in the last review. If y'all ain't checked it out, it's on the Umarex Origin 25 caliber air rifle. Highly recommend going and checking that video out. Honestly, before you all even come and check this one, just be sure to go watch it real quick and then come back and all that. But I own 3 PCPs. There's one more, which is a JTS Airconda, and I will be doing a review on it hopefully before squirrel season starts. It comes in Sunday. I'm hoping to get around to it before I start doing hunting content, because once I start doing that, everything else is out the window at that point. Yeah, for today's video, I'm basically going to be shooting that squirrel target. I'm going to do a 5-shot group in the center of it. I know this rifle, what it's capable of once you find what it likes. Personally, from my experience, if you're wanting a great shooting air rifle out the box, straight out of the box with pretty much any pellet you put into it, I would go with the Umarex Origin 25 caliber. It's cheaper than this one, more powerful than this one, and out the box shot way better than this gun did. I didn't tweak anything to this gun. All I did was just have to run a bunch of pellets, you know, different pellets through it. This gun's factor. Anything I added to it is a Carina. This is an Amazon scope. It's a Carina, and that's all it says. It's a 6 zoom, so I don't know. But anyway, it's just a small, looks to be like an AR scope, honestly. But it works fine. It sights in fine. It has 0 reset turrets and all that. If y'all know, all my PCPs, that's all I run on them besides the Airconda. It does come with 2 magazines, rotary magazines. I think they hold, I'm wanting to say 16 rounds or something like that. When you all go to Air Gun Depot or Pyramid Air, that's where I would go check these rifles out. I wouldn't go on Amazon. That's the places I'd look, is Pyramid Air and Air Gun Depot, if you're going to order any PCP air gun, because they can test them and all that before they, you know, ship them out. So before I get too far ahead of myself here, I'll give you a backstory. I bought the rifle, sighted it in with a red dot on it. That was the only thing I had available. I didn't have a scope. Every scope I had was already on a rifle or shotgun, whatever. So, long story short, I just threw a damn red dot on it and took it squirrel hunting. And I shot it out here in the yard, and it shot, you know, fabulous. After I ran all those pellets through it, I finally found that one it liked, or whatever, and stacked them in there. So I go back in the woods and I get set up under a big gray squirrel. He's up in the top cutting him a nut, whatever. I'm just chilling, I'm watching him, and I'm like, okay, as soon as he comes out to get another nut, there was this big opening, you know, he comes through every time. I'm gonna squeak and stop him. Comes out, I squeak, he stops, smack! I hear the pellet hit him, he spins down the tree like that, takes off running, hits the ground, gone. Or, you know, fall, I probably could have shot at him again, whatever, but this is early season, so there's leaf coverage on the ground and I can't see him when he's going. So I was like, dang it, you know, I didn't have the dot on him good enough, you know, I must have hit him in the body somewhere. So, fast forward, I get up under like 3 or 4 more squirrels, but they disappear like usual, you know, how they do in early season. And eventually I just go down, I sat on this great big log. It was a big log and it ran down into the woods a little ways, and I'm chilling. I just kind of look down the edge of the log and the squirrel's coming right up at me. And at this time, so I'd be setting like this. The log goes down this way, the squirrel comes straight up because I got my gun laying across my lap like this. So I literally just sat right this with my gun. I'm looking right down the log and he comes all the way up. I'm gonna guess the squirrel at 8 yards, 7, 8 yards. I ease up and he sees me and starts to go back down the log real quick. So at this point, I really don't have a headshot. It's like more of a behind the shoulder type shot. So that's what I do. I try to angle it right behind the shoulder. I smack him. He takes off running, gets up into these little forks. I smack him again. He takes off again. I smack him one more time and he keeps on going. And that thing ran out of my life forever. Never found him. So I come home, I threw the rifle in the safe, and that's the reason why it's got a few little scratches on it. I just, oh yeah, I wanted to, you don't even know. It's like I paid that much money for it. I was beyond heated. But I slammed it into the safe and then shut the safe, and I was like, hell with that gun, da da da. And I went and bought that 25 cal Origin, and that was the end of that. Didn't have any more issue after that ever with squirrel hunting ever again. It was this year, I bought this scope for it, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to take it out, I'm going to try it again this year, but this time I'm going to have a scope so I know when I put it on their head or whatever, I know that's exactly where I'm aiming. Because I had took the Origin out last year with the red dot on it, and there's actually on video, that hunt is. If y'all go check it out, I think it's the late season tips hunt. It's setting at like 10K views or something right now. But anyway, in that video, long story short, I took a red dot out. I wounded a squirrel with like 5 shots. I finally killed him, but it took me like 5 shots. And I hit that thing everywhere, and the whole time I thought I was aiming perfect on him. I put this on it, and this thing is an absolute beast. And then there's some walnuts up in this tree. I picked them off a while back and just sitting there just exploding them out of that tree. So me personally, I know this rifle will kill a squirrel. And I'm just going to blame it on me having a red dot on it. That's the reason why I shot those 2 and it didn't do anything to it. Besides the one that was at like 8 yards. I could have got excited. There's the only thing I can think, and hit him real far up in the jaw or something. You know, thought I was aiming behind the shoulder, but maybe where I was like, you know, the side, whatever. Anyway, y'all's here for a air rifle review, and that's what I'm going to give you. I'm done blubbering and talking and yada yada yada. Hopefully the GoPro is turned on right now downrange. It was low on battery, but I got it plugged into a charger pack right now. Hopefully it don't overheat either. But with this scope being on here, I can't put that rotary mag. I need to have a high-rise scope mount. I thought this one would work, but this is a little bit higher. So that's okay. I'll single load it. It's really no big deal to me. I actually can get pretty quick with it once I do it a few times. Again, squirrel target's down there. I'm gonna aim for the center of that squirrel for 5 shots and then aim for his head for 5. and then there's a shot shell, an empty shot shell on the left side. I'm gonna pick it off, and then at 50 yards, I'm gonna try to set some targets up, and let's see what it does at 50, and then eventually we're gonna run it through the chronograph, and we'll see what kind of foot-pounds of energy. It's not gonna be very much. A little bit more than your average brake barrel, which kind of, you know, ticks me off. In my opinion, I could be wrong right now. We'll see, but kind of ticks me off because of the price point. I mean, I got like 515 bucks in this gun out the door. But anyway, 16 grain JTS's. Let's start sending them down range. We're at 200 bar full right now. Alright, as you can see, there's 4 shots in the exact same hole. And then here comes number 5. I'm shooting like a click high, but that's alright because I want it to be at 50. I want it to be still right there, which it was last time I shot it at 50, which is it's been probably 2 months ago. I ain't touched the gun since, but so I mean, it still seems to be shooting right there. Only thing I'd have to do if I really was worried about it is aim below the squirrel's eye and I'd hit him in the brain. But let's try for the last shot here. There it is. There's 5 shots and I'd say a dime size group. Penny, dime, somewhere in there. I'd say a dime. But from 200 bar of 5 shots, we're still at 200 bar. This is supposed to get from a full tank to an empty tank 40 shots, is what they say, accurately shots. So that's an awesome plus. But I would never get that many due to the fact that I'm single loading, and also on top of that hunting. I only need 6 technically because that's all I'm allowed for squirrel hunting. Now let's try his head. I'm gonna shoot 5 into his head. We'll go in, top the, and then I'm gonna try, well, we'll go in and top the gun off. After I shoot that shell on the corner, I'll go back in, top the gun off. We'll move out to 50, and I'll set some stuff up at 50, and just see what we can pick off with the rifle. Alright, that one there looked like I shaved his ear off, so I would have missed that squirrel. I am shooting just a hair high, but I've dropped so many pellets. Shot number 2. It's perfect. Perfect. God, I mean, this thing's so silent. You could easily pick 12, 15 squirrels on one tree. Not even kidding, and they never know you're there. It just sounds like a pen gun, just ping. It's just crazy. Like a little Red Ryder, but not even that loud at all. A Red Ryder is louder than this thing. By far the quietest PCP I own.
Right there.
And it's right there with the rest of them. So that's squirrel all day long. No arguing about that. Let's try that shell.
And then I'm about to get stung. Damn, yellow jackets are so bad this year, man. It's so lucky it didn't sting me. I'd come out here with a flamethrower and light some shit up right now.
All right, here we go. They're going for that shell. Hopefully I don't hit my GoPro. Money. And then after, what was that, 11 shots, I'm now at 100 and about 55 bar from 200. That was 11 shots, so I easily got 25 more shots, guaranteed, all day long. So I'd say, yeah, it's about what they're claiming, right around 40 shots. I think they do claim 40, but I'm gonna say you could easily get 35 out of this rifle all day long. And they will. Man, I'm gonna see if I can hit the eyeball of that squirrel. Right in the white of his eye. I'm gonna go down, tip all this stuff off, and get a target set up there at 50, and let's see what we can do at 50 yards. Got a squirrel target ran down there at 50. Let's send some rounds at it. Just now went in, topped the gun off at 200 bar. Keep in mind that this is an MOA scope. I can just click her up whenever I want. It's got windage turrets on it. So if I'm just shooting low but I'm grouping real tight, if I really wanted, I could go in, move that to where I need it, mark it for 50, resight for 30, mark it for 30, and all that. That's just why I really love windage sights for these PCP air rifles. But I'm gonna guess at 50 we're not gonna have much bullet drop. We're going right behind the shoulder of that squirrel. Here we go. All right, just to the right or left of the bullseye. Still would have killed that squirrel all day long. Same exact hole, just to the left. Not too sure where that one went. We'll try two more out here at 50, y'all, and then we'll go look at the grouping. I really can't tell where these are going. For some reason I'm wanting to say that they're literally cutting the same exact holes. Last one. And then there's a little spinner on the right side of the bottom of the target. I know y'all probably can't see it, but I'm gonna shoot one time and see if I hit it. Maybe my gun did get knocked off a little bit, who knows? That one definitely hit where them other holes are, because it just made it even fatter, so. I don't know, I just think it's shooting a little bit to the left at 50, not much. And it's literally shooting hole for hole. So let's go to that spinner one time and put a big old miss on it. I got it that time. It made it ricochet, but. All right, I'm gonna run down here real quick, and then I'm gonna take you all off the tripod, put you on the GoPro, and let's get some readings through this chronograph, and let's see how many foot-pounds she's pushing. She should be at 200 bar. Yep. Look at that.
Right there. All around right here. Couple up here, couple right there. But there's none like over here, none up in here, none down here. they're all consistent. That's probably me with it being just a little scope. That's probably, I'm going to guess that's just me wobbling. But if I wanted to, I'd come to the right, come down, and I'd bring all of them in right here at 50.
990. Jesus, thing's moving. That's almost 1,000 feet per second. That was 35 foot-pounds of energy. All right, here we go. 975. 998. Gotta be the worst cameraman in the history of cameramen. 998, 997, or 975, so 975, 33.94 foot-pounds, 95 foot-pounds, I'm sorry, with 16.8 grain pellets, and then 998, that's 90 or 35.57, so I'm shooting 35 foot-pounds of energy roughly out of this air rifle. 998 was the last reading. And that's going to do it for today's review. Hopefully y'all still enjoyed it, even though I didn't have pellets to be test firing through the air rifle and stuff. But as y'all can see, all in all, it's a hell of a rifle. It's pushing way more foot-pounds of energy than what I thought. Like I said, I thought 19. My Umrex Origin 25 is pushing almost 60 foot-pounds of energy. It's in the 50s. I can't remember exactly, but it's close to 60 foot-pounds of energy with the hammer spring all the way in on it. This ain't as powerful, but I'm telling you right now, that's powerful. Like, that's smacking something right now. Like I said, it only takes like 11 to kill a squirrel with a headshot through and through. This is plenty enough to shoot squirrels with, and that's the only thing I'm worried about. I'm gonna have a video out on each one of these PCP air rifles, and it's gonna be titled like, is this the ultimate air rifle for squirrel hunting? And it's gonna be me taking them out and just putting them to the test against some live game. And I'll let you all be the judge. So I'll tell you all what I don't like about the rifle and what I do. Really, the only thing I don't like about it is, you know, the magazine that comes with it is super big. So you need to have high-rise mounts to even, if you want to put a scope on it, and on top of that. Supposed to come with a single shot tray. They sent me a 177 tray with it instead of a 22 caliber. I tried to order a 22 caliber tray for it, and I can't find them nowhere. Everyone I've seen was homemade. People were making them, you know, out of piping, and which I'm not doing all that, you know. I'll just single hand load it. I wish I had a single shot tray, because then I could just set it in there and go. If you order the gun and you do get the single shot tray for it, you'd have no issues. You can put any scope, anything you want on it. Guarantee you won't have an issue out of it. But if you don't, and you're like me, and you decide you want to put a scope on it, get high-rise mounts, big ones. I'd say stick your clip in and, you know, the high-rise mount next to it, and make sure it's going to clear everything, and going from there. But other than that, I don't have anything bad to say about the rifle. It's super silent. One of the, I mean, the most, out of 4 PCPs that's in that house right now, it is the quietest out of all of them. I mean, it literally, you don't even think you're, you know, it's shooting anything. It's just like it's hard to explain the quietness in it. That's the biggest thing I can say that you're going to realize about this air PCP. And so ain't my 25. They're quiet too, but when you shoot it and then you hear this, you're just like, how is this thing even going to kill a fly? Like, but so far everything I've shot with it since I've had the scope on it dropped on immediate impact. So I'm curious to just see what it does in the squirrel woods. But I want to thank each and every one of y'all out there for watching. If y'all's new here, please hit that subscribe button. I want to get to about 2,000. I'd say by the end of this hunting season is what I'm hoping. I'm trying to get to 2,000 by the end of the hunting season. So I got a few months to get there. I actually hit over the summer quite a bit of subscribers for me not uploading very much. So I thank everyone out there for smashing that subscribe button. And be sure to like this video. That helps me get out there and trend to people that might be looking for this particular airgun review. Not too many people bought this rifle or even reviewed it. If y'all is looking, you know, on the internet, you're going to see a lot of the synthetic ones, which I'm wanting to say was the first ones, and I think they ran these as a limited edition for a long time. And then now you can get them or whatever, but for the longest time I think these was only a limited edition. But it's been your host Trey with Huntfishohio Outdoors, and I'll see you all on the next one.